Hello, I'm Juliana Hever, the plant-based dietitian, and this is the What Would Juliana Do Q&A. Thank you for all of your questions on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and YouTube. So today I'm going to answer some of those questions. The first one was from Facebook, from Tommy. He said, I'm interested in your input on immune building nutrition. He's not waiting for the vaccine. So good question. We are all worried about our immune system right now. I would say one of the best things you can do, of course, is to eat a whole food plant-based diet. You want to have a diet that is very rich in phytonutrients. A lot of phytonutrients have antiviral, antimicrobial properties, antifungal properties, things that can help strengthen your immune system. So that means including a lot of mushrooms and leafy green and cruciferous vegetables, berries, citrus, tea, herbs, and spices. These things contain a lot of powerful phytonutrients that can help support a healthy immune system. The second thing I would say is movement, exercise. We have a lymphatic system that's around and parallels the cardiovascular system, but the lymphatic system doesn't have a pump, the heart, like the cardiovascular system. So the lymph system needs your muscles to contract to push the lymphatic fluids through and help with detoxification. So movement is really important. Even if you don't want to go outside or if you're quarantined, you can do movement in your home and just getting out if you can, going for a walk, and any other way you can get some movement is really good. You can get one of those little mini trampolines or rebounders, and just jumping up and down very gently is very good for immune function as well. So that is the other thing that I would recommend. On Facebook also, Owen said he's struggling to make the change to a plant-based diet. Is it better to slowly change his diet or just jump in? People ask me this all the time. And what I've noticed, well, I've been doing this for about 15 years with people, helping people do this transition to a plant-based diet. And I've seen that there's really kind of two personalities. If you're the kind of person that can dive in and go all in, that's great. Some people can't do that. If they do, they kind of they get overwhelmed and lose their track. So some people need to stepwise into it. I took my time. I took one step at a time towards eating a whole food plant-based diet. It doesn't really matter as long as you go for it and you stay there over the long haul. Nothing has to be perfect. I don't suggest you have to be plant perfect. I think it's all about the journey and all about making choices. And like I like to say, every bite matters. So it's up to you. Just start incorporating more whole plant foods into your diet. We are really creatures of habit. I talk about this all the time. And you really only need a few recipes. We all rotate through the same 1 or 2 breakfasts, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 lunches, 5 or 6 dinners a week, max, most of us. So you just need to find those 8 or 10 recipes that you love that are whole food plant-based and keep those as part of your repertoire. And then you could, build out and learn new ones and move on from that. But it's good to have, just some functional staple recipes that you absolutely love to eat that are made from whole plant foods. Jackie wrote on Facebook, she's following me from Australia. Hello in Australia. She said, I'm worried about oxalates and if you can actually eat too many leafy greens. And that's a really good question. So oxalates are a compound that are known as anti-nutrients, found a lot in different foods, but they are found in certain leafy greens. And I always say, let thy leafy greens be thy medicine, because they are so incredibly healthful and important to incorporate into your diet. So that said, make sure you're incorporating a variety of leafy greens. Don't stick to just one leafy green. I know a lot of people, they're all excited about spinach, which is one that happens to be high in oxalates, and they use spinach as their leafy green in all their different recipes. So branch out. The ones that happen to be lower in oxalates include kale, all kinds of lettuce, all kinds of cabbage, broccoli, bok choy. So you want to just diversify your leafy green portfolio for optimal health and reduction of oxalate content. But it's not something to worry about for most people. It's just something to be considerate about and think of. Remember that you are quite literally what you eat, and every bite matters. Please leave your questions below or DM me or ask me via my website at plantbaseddietitian.com. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.